Hey, I just want to give you an overview of my little ham shack. I'll show you what's going on here. Here's my equipment, my amplifier, my power supply, my radio, my antenna analyzer, my computer. I run software that runs parallel to what's going on the radio so that I can see who's out there and make contacts. You can even chat online with them, so if they can't hear you, you're trying to make contacts, you can at least say, hey, I can barely hear you, but I couldn't make out what you're saying, or you can just check in. That's a huge thing of what I do just to get on what they call a net. It's a ham radio net, so it's a bunch of people on there, and we all take turns talking and trying to make contacts. It's great for first timers. It really helps you out, but I'll show you what I got going on. So here's my little electronics bench, and what I do here, I'm making it's a little auto transformer. It's we call it a Balun. I'm halfway built through it. I'm trying to get that to match up to a new antenna I'm building. Here's one I completed. I just don't have an antenna. So that's kind of what they look like. Those are called toroids. They help filter out bad frequencies and help gain good frequencies. They help match your antenna to your radio. You'll learn about that later. Little electronics workstation, soldering station, all that. So back here, this is actually an HP server power supply that I have modified with an adjustable resistor and a filtering capacitor to give me 1,000 watts worth of power, which I don't need anything close to, but it's about 80 amps. I think I'm only drawing about 20 amps, but it's a great, very clean power supply. And here's my bus, my fuses. This right here is my linear amplifier. My linear amplifier, you can see it says on RX. That means that I am able to transmit on higher power. The off ATU, that's the automatic antenna tuner or antenna tuning unit. That's a good thing to have. The radio has one too, but when you have an amplifier, you need that. That's a little deal that helps me connect my computer to my radio. It's all plugged in through the sound card in the back right there. This is my radio. This is a Xiegu G90. And you can see the little blue thing at the bottom, that's my waterfall display. So where you see the center is where the frequencies I'm picking up and listening to. And then you can kind of see activity off to the left and right as it kind of falls down. So you can kind of see if there's any activity, and you can move your frequency over to there and see if you can get a hold of some people talking and make a contact. That's my antenna analyzer, so I can find out if my antenna is tuned and cut correctly. And here's some of the magic of what I do on my computer. My computer has a program called NetLogger. The NetLogger has a list of everybody that's on the frequency at this time, which is amazing because you can actually go through and using some of these features, pick a different net or a different communication group, and then get into it. You can actually message them online. You can see who is all there. I'm the one in blue. I'm KI5TDK. This net right here that I'm in kind of faded out with the storm, so I'm not really listening to this one as we speak. But that's one of the things I do. So I do that, and then there's another thing too that is kind of interesting. And what this does, if it comes up, there it goes. This is all my digital modes. So my computer, that errors because I don't have my application that connects my computer to my radio on, so I'm not going to do that right now because I'm not doing digital modes. But I can communicate using my computer only to send tones and frequencies and modulation to other computers in the world. It's really, really fascinating. It's all automated. It's really easy to get into. It's very complex at the beginning, but it's kind of fun. And on top of that, there is what they call WinLink, which is ham radio only email. So you can actually email off of the internet, which is very interesting. And then there's a couple of chats too. You can use your keyboard and actually type to people as well. They call it TTY or live text on the ham radio. But anyway, that's my whole setup. Figured you want a little chance to check that out. A little bit messy right here. Oh, I got all my little information, my Q codes. Q codes are interesting. Like here's one with the mark next to it, QRM. You can say QRM, and it basically means is my transmission being interfered with, or my transmission is being interfered with. I got another one down here, like a lot of people say QSL. Like if you give a report on your signal, you can say QSL instead of copy or Roger Roger or 10-4. Usually we use those instead of the 10 codes. Here's my band plan chart. So I'm on 80 meter right now, so you can see kind of what that's all about. You can get that online all over the place. I hang out in 40 meters most of the time. There's a lot going on there. I also hang out on 10 meters. 10 meters is really good during the day. It doesn't really work that good at night. But the 40 and 80 meters works great at night, but not necessarily during the day. Here's my phonetics. I'm Kilo India 5 Tango Delta Kilo. It kind of helps me when people are talking back to me. I have no idea about Morse code. I have it up there just for fun. And then there's my signal reporting. So I can tell someone if they ask me for a signal report, I could say they're giving me a 5.9, which means perfectly readable, extremely strong signal. Or if I give them, say, hey, I give them a 3.5, which would mean you're readable with some difficulty, and you got a fairly good signal. So that's kind of like what you'll hear when you're giving signal reports. All this stuff will come second nature very quickly if you get into this. Anyway, if you have any questions whatsoever, give me an email and I will help you out as much as I possibly can. Anybody who's a ham radio operator, who's worth being a ham radio operator, is also going to help you out as much as they can. Is a very, very friendly, very like-minded, very polite, and a very gentleman-like community, not like CB Radio. Anyway, hope you like to see that. Thanks.